What is up, guys? We are live. It's been about a week and a half since we did an update. We've been busy. We're almost at that point where we are going to Vancouver to our embassy appointment. We're doing that on Wednesday, so just a few days. And we've just been getting everything ready, so we haven't had much time to do a video. Soon we'll be doing a lot more, but it's been, what, a week and a half?
I think so, roughly.
But we're going to bring you all of our updates, and we're also, in this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost of moving. It's getting close to 30,000 Canadian with everything, which we wasn't expecting at all. But we're going to go over and break that down. And then if you stick around to the end, we're going to go over things we wish we knew when we started the process. So updates for us, where we're at now.
We have hit 2,000.
My straw hat as well, my Portugal hat, I just bought it.
We have hit 2,000 subscribers, so yay us. And the other thing you said...
We have the rental.
Yes.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but we have a rental. We are already renting it. We have a rental in Portugal, ready to go, ready for us to land. We still haven't figured out what we're going to do on the vehicle
Once we land.
Side of things, but we've got a couple of months to figure that out.
But yeah, this coming week, like Brett said, we have been very stressful. If you don't know our story already, we are a family of 7 moving from Canada to Portugal. And next week we have our appointment at the embassy in Vancouver. So this is how much we've spent so far. Yeah,
we're going to break it all down now. I'm sure there's going to be a few more. I think it's just like it's just under 30,000, so probably around 30,000 by the time we get there. But this is including our flights and stuff like that as well. So some expenses that we haven't, well, we've paid for them now. So
you have to pay for them for the appointment, so we have to.
But we have included the cost of hotel in Vancouver, we've booked, stuff like that. So we'll let you know stuff that we have that you might not have. Obviously, if you're moving from England to Portugal, you're going to save money on flights and stuff like that. But if you're coming from the States or Canada, it's going to be very similar to this.
And if you're not a family of 7, you're saving.
A lot of the costs are not, even though we're a family of 7, they're not more because we're a family of 7. Like the documents and all that sort of stuff. Anchorless, the immigration lawyers, and all that sort of thing. Anyway, let's get into it. So we've got a couple of likes already. Thanks, guys. Throw up a like when you come in. Throw up let us know where you're from. Any questions, shoot them in the thing. We're going over how much we have spent moving to Portugal so far. Yeah, I got to click on it. There you go. Now you can do it. Okay, so...
I just can't see it with that there, sorry.
Oh, sorry, guys. We're just we're amateurs still here.
You've put it even more in there. Sorry.
Where do you want it?
Well, I was just there. We go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. So, as Amy said, we're a family of 7. We're about $30,000 in. We're going to break over that exactly. And if you're interested in moving to Portugal or anything like that, please hit that subscribe button. Support us and hit the bell notification. We'll let you know. We're sort of documenting the whole journey from start to finish. We didn't just want to start a channel when we got to Portugal. We wanted to sort of show from the idea. So if you go back about 3 months is when we had the first idea to move to Portugal. From us deciding we're going to move to Portugal to actually moving there, all of the hurdles and stuff we've had to overcome, the stresses, the highs, the lows, all of that sort of stuff. We're 95% there. Total cost overview. So to give you an idea, we're in Canada. So 29,601 Canadian dollars.
So far, as of today, and the date is the 15th of June.
Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, everyone in Canada.
I forgot.
Not sure if it's Father's Day anywhere else. I know.
It is.
In England as well. Yeah. Okay, happy Father's Day, everyone. 21,609 USD, 18,944 euros, and 15,984 pounds. And I didn't expect it to be anywhere near that when we started.
Just for doing paperwork and getting ready for the
paperwork, flights, embassy. Like, we're going to go over all of that now. So expense by expense breakdown. Do you want to start, hun?
Okay, so first of all, we had to find an immigration lawyer to help us with the whole process. When we moved from England to Canada, we also had an immigration lawyer, but we kind of had a bit of an understanding of what to expect and how the process should go. So we did have the experience from previously moving from England to Canada. So we didn't really need someone to hold our hand as closely, but we found Anchorless, and they have held our hand throughout the whole thing even more than our previous.
Yeah, we know we wanted
immigration
someone.
lawyer didn't they?
Yeah, because it wasn't just my wife and I. We knew we wanted someone to help us, and we're so glad we did. Because if you do it on your own, there'd be certain things that we'd have already missed, and that may have been a problem when we got to the embassy. So I would highly recommend finding someone. We looked as a video. We did a video on finding an immigration lawyer. We spoke to about 10 different companies. We ended up going with Anchorless.
And I am so glad that we used Anchorless. So
100%.
Thumbs up to Anchorless for sure.
Yeah, so far we've
any
had no
questions?
complaints.
Sorry to keep talking to you. Any questions? Like I've been the one dealing with them the most, obviously, because I've been doing all the paperwork and stuff. But like anytime I have a question or anything, they're always like email you straight back. And obviously there's a bit of a time delay because they're in Portugal and we're here in Canada. But it's always like I'll message them.
Not really though. Not really like, that much of a delay, is it? It's not like days.
I mean, what I'm saying is I'll message them our afternoon, evening, and then they'll get back to me like when I wake up. I'll have a response already. So
yeah, and our NIFs, like most of the, just to give you an idea, most of the immigration companies we reached out to were about $5,000 to $10,000 to help you get there. You still have to do all the documents and everything yourself as well. But one of the things like a NIF, you get a NIF, one NIF included, usually the person who's applying for the visa. With Anchorless, you get all of your NIFs, and they say like, you know, a week or two. We signed up, bought the thing, and the next day we had our NIFs already, didn't we? So they've helped us set up bank accounts, all of this stuff, and a fraction of the cost. So if you're interested in Anchorless, the link, we have an affiliate link, so it helps our channel out. Link in the description. If you have any questions about them, ask us, because as far as our experience so far, they've, you know, got us almost to the finish line here, and we've had no issues at all with them. So really good experience, and we'll do an in-depth video on them once we are in Portugal, and we can sort of show the whole thing. So Anchorless was 3,196 Canadian dollars, 2,332 USD, 2,045 euros, 1,727 pounds. So you know, if you've spoken to other immigration companies, it's going to cost a lot more. Everything's online. It's all step by step, very simple, and that's how they're able to save money, because they've built the whole software platform out, so you go through it yourself with the help if you need it. It was worth every penny. They saved us dozens of hours and handled all of the documents, banks, legal stuff.
The thing that I have really loved about it as well is because I like to be organized and know what's going to happen next and stuff. So for us, like Brett said, it has a back office where it's literally every single step that you need to do. So like I'm looking through it all, and I like know that I need to do the next thing is like rental. Like you can just pre-look what you need to get in order to make sure you have all the documents and stuff. So I just like that, instead of where before, when we was working with our immigration lawyer from the UK to come to Canada, we would send them some paperwork that we needed, then they'd be like, well, now go get all of this stuff. Like, so it was very much
just a pain in the butt.
So this was a lot better for us, for sure.
Yeah, so we've got some documents that we needed. UK birth and marriage certificate. So we have a bit of a funny situation where we're in Canada, but we needed to provide a lot of stuff from England. We're actually English in Canada. We don't have Canadian citizenship here yet.
We have applied for it.
Which we have applied for, but so we're British citizens living in Canada. So there was a little bit more of document messing around there.
And because you have to have a tie to the person that's applying for the visa. So Brett is applying for the visa for our family, for our situation. And then we all need to have family ties to him. So like for our children, we all had to have birth certificates. We have 3 that were born in the UK. So we needed their birth certificates from the UK. But then the reason why we had to buy them again from the UK is because we needed to have them apostilled, and they have to be apostilled in the UK. So we had to buy 3 new birth certificates and a marriage certificate, and then have all of them sent and express shipped back to us. Where are you going?
I'm just in all 4. So we got ChatGPT
to change the currencies,
to give us an overview of all of the information we want to go over. And I've just realised they didn't give us a
currency converter,
a currency conversion for all of the things. So I want to be able to give you the breakdown in everything.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Okay. Uh-oh.
Where is it gone? Just go back to it, Don.
You have the table on your thing, don't you? Anyway, I'll continue, and Amy will get the table up. So we needed UK birth and marriage certificates for the reasons Amy just explained. We needed updated copies to apply for residency.
Okay, so I can just tell you quickly how much it cost.
Yeah, so UK birth and marriage certificates was 164 Canadian dollars,
which is 119.74 USD, 104.97 euros, and 88 pounds and 57 pence.
Yeah, so and then what we had to do is we had to get police background checks for Canada because we've lived in Canada for so many years. But then one of the things that Anchorless did was they advised us to go above and beyond it for all of it. So this is one good thing with Anchorless. They'll tell you, make sure you get this just in case to cover all of your bases. Mm-hmm. So they told us to get UK police checks as well, just in case they do request them when we go to the embassy. So we had to get those. We had to get them apostilled as well with that stamp that you have to get for the Hague. Is it Hague Agreement? Mm-hmm. So everyone recognizes them. So for that was 461 Canadian dollars,
which is 336 and 57 USD, 295 and 7 cents or pence euros.
Just round it up, Anders.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. 249 pounds.
249 pounds. Mm-hmm. And then the apostilling, I think that's the word. It's a weird word.
To get all of the documents. So this is the 3 birth certificates, the marriage certificate, and the 2 police checks. So 6 documents total. In the UK, we had to have all of them apostilled, whatever it is.
And then all countries say it differently.
And then sent back to us through express shipping, because I was stressing and we was getting close on time, like for our appointment coming up. I wanted to make sure we had everything.
Yeah.
Because another great thing that Anchorless does is once you've gathered all the documents you have, you then submit them to Anchorless and then they verify them ready for your appointment. So
they'll check, they'll catch stuff. They did catch some stuff, which we'll go over in a minute.
Yeah.
But to have everything apostilled
within the UK
was 554 Canadian dollars,
which is 405 USD, 355 euros, and 299 pounds.
So you can see there's all these little things, guys, that you think, it'll cost me $100 to send these documents, but it soon adds up to $1,000, $2,000. We needed Canadian kids' birth certificates, apostilled, and shipping, and that totaled 169 Canadian dollars, which is
Canadian kids' birth certificates. I wondered what you're saying. Yeah, we have
two kids. 2 of our kids are Canadian, so we needed to do some of the stuff on this side as well.
Okay, so that was how much did you say?
169 Canadian.
For it's broke down on here. So on there, you've bundled it together of shipping and
everything.
Cost.
Birth certificates, apostille, shipping.
On here, it just says $84 for the birth certificates for theirs, which is 61 USD, 53 euros, and 45 pounds.
Yeah. So then we had an issue with the wrong police checks.
Yeah, we Brett and myself went to the police station
here in Canada
to get some police checks for myself and Brett. We didn't know that we had to have the fingerprint one done. So we just went in there when we had no kids. We went in there quickly on the way home from a meeting or something just to get them done.
Yeah.
And
we selected the basic check, which was just the one they can do quickly over the counter, and it's $50 each. So we did that. Then we went to Anchorless and they said, no, you need to do the proper one where it goes to Toronto. It comes from Ontario, Ottawa. So
that was 100.
That was a wasted 100 Canadian,
which is 73 USD, 64 euros, and 54 pounds just chucked down the drain.
Down the drain. I'd like to chuck lots of money down the drain. So then what we had to do was the proper one, which was the fingerprint police check from Canada, and we had to do mine, Amy's, and then Layla and Peyton as well, because they're older than 16.
Anyone over the age of 16 has to have a police check, because that's the required age in Portugal that they said they have to have.
So that was $80 each, so a total of 320 Canadian.
Which is 233 USD, 204 euros, 172 pounds.
And then notarizing the police checks.
Yes, was 300 Canadian, 219 USD, 192 euros, and 162 pounds.
UPS shipping. So we did stuff by in Canada. We've had the post office has been striking for a long time.
Yeah, we
So wanted to avoid any issues with postal strikes, that sort of thing. So we did the UPS shipping. We paid for the extra shipping, and that was 83 Canadian,
which is 60 USD, 53 euros, and 44 pounds.
And then we've got the documents for the Portuguese bank account. So Anchorless is going to help you with this. But what we did was we sent the wrong document. So we sent...
There wasn't the wrong documents. It was just when I printed them, I didn't fit it to the page. Like, you have to...
it wasn't fit to page. When you print
stuff, sometimes if you don't do fit to page, then it misses the header and the footer. And that's what it missed. So because it missed the header and the footer, when the bank received it, they said, this is incorrect. We need the header and the footer on there. So we had to resend them.
So that was an extra, it was $150 to send the documents and then $150 to send the right set.
So that was $300 total.
300 Canadian dollars. So check your headers and footers.
Which is 219 USD, 192 euros, and 162 pounds. Which is obviously double because we made a silly mistake of not having the header and footer. But that's our fault.
Yeah.
My fault. I'll take responsibility because it was my fault.
That was your fault. Mm-hmm. You can't be perfect then all the time. And now we're getting into some things that will be like variable. They might not cost us for you, but for us, we live in Edmonton. We have to go to Vancouver to go to our
closest Portuguese embassy that is allocated for us here.
You have to go to the one that's close to you. We looked at going to the one in England and decided, just with the process and the way they do it, they advised us to just go here. It'd be a lot easier. So what we have to do is actually go to the embassy, get all our documents, show up at the embassy. They take our passports and then we get them back.
They're meant to mail them back
before our flights. So we have to book our flights. We have to pay for a rental. We have to do all this stuff. And
we have shared in a previous video all the things that are required of you for your embassy appointment. So if you aren't quite sure what we're saying when we're saying, well, you need to have your flights booked, you need to have your house booked and stuff like that, we have shared that in a previous video.
And reach out to us, message us, comment on here, chat on here. We've helped a bunch of people. Loads of people have messaged us asking for help. It's very overwhelming at the start, but now we're sort of experts on it, I think. We should be like immigration coaches.
Anyway, so like Brett said, we have to now go to the embassy in Vancouver. So we have had to tally up the cost of that, which is a hotel, food and fuel, obviously.
So this is minimum. It's probably going to be more than this, but we wanted to go down a day before so we could find the embassy, make sure we're not like
because our appointments are at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we need to be able to rest the night before and be ready for the appointment.
And it's a 13-hour drive. So we're going to drive 5 hours on the Wednesday, stay in a hotel. And these hotels are like, Vancouver is beautiful. It's pretty expensive.
It is very expensive.
The hotel 5 hours from here is in the middle of the mountains. So that's like $400. But, you know, we're trying to do it cheap, but we want a hotel with a swimming pool so the kids can play and stuff like that. So this might be this is obviously might not cost as much, but this is what it costs us.
All hotels that we've booked, though, we've tried to book like as cheap as we can.
Yeah.
We haven't gone for luxe hotels. Trust me.
Yeah. So we've got the like she said, the hotels, 2,300 Canadian, food, 1,800 Canadian. So we're going for 4 nights or 3 nights?
3 nights in Vancouver.
3 nights in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got food. You know, we're going to be eating out at least once a day. Fuel, 250. It's probably going to be more than that. 26 hours driving.
I have them all separately on here. If you want me to just... Oh.
Sorry, Dave, if you're watching this.
You did this last time.
Does this every time we're doing a live. He loves mowing his lawn. The total was 4,350 Canadian dollars.
I have it all separately here. So hotel, 2,300 Canadian, 1,679 USD, 1,472 euros, and that is 1,242 Great British pounds. For the food, we're hoping that the food is no more than this. But we are
quite a lot.
Big foodies.
Budget quite a lot for that. We do like food though. We like eating out.
And Vancouver is expensive. Remember the last time we went there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do have hotels with breakfast included. We always look for stuff like that. No,
not in Vancouver. Sorry.
Okay. That's why it's going to be 1,800 then.
Okay, 1,800 Canadian, 1,314 USD, 1,152 euros, 972 pounds, and then fuel, 250 Canadian is what we're hoping.
Yeah, we'll probably have to fill up at least a couple of times. We'll bring you along for this, guys. So if you are watching, you want to follow our journey, that'll be a bit more of a vlog style, a bit more interesting. Hit that bell button, subscribe, and you can catch us going there. It's probably be interesting. We're going to be we're pretty scared at the minute.
I am very nice.
Seeing as we've sold our house and done all of this stuff to move here, spent all this money. If they say you can't go, we're going to be like, okay. That'll be interesting.
You can still go there. You can still go there for 4 months. So I guess if we can't go, we already have the rental.
Yeah.
We already have a rental that we're paying for. So we'll just go there, and then I guess we'll have to leave after 4 months. Who knows what we'll do then? But
yeah.
Okay.
Flights.
Oh yeah.
So flights. We are flying out of Edmonton, going to Porto because it's a bit closer, isn't it? But it's also the cheapest to fly into for us.
For us, yes.
And we're doing a one stop over in Montreal.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-hour flight from Edmonton to there, and then a 6-hour flight from Montreal to.
And we have a little bit of a layover
Porto,
too.
with a 4-hour layover. The cost for those flights are 11,799 Canadian,
which is 8,613 USD, 7,551 euros, 6,371 pounds.
And that is not business class.
No, that's economy.
That's economy, but that's 7. So we have to pay for 7 seats. So that's fun.
Next thing, as we have to have a house, we have to have a rental or somewhere to stay. You have to have accommodation for the visa that we are applying for. You have to have accommodation for the first 12 months when you apply for the visa, when we go to our embassy meeting. So we have to have our flights booked. That's why we already have our flights booked, and you have to have accommodation. So obviously, with us being in Canada, it's very hard for us to try and find accommodation in Portugal, just with realtors and trying to find somewhere. It's been very stressful, hasn't it, trying to find somewhere? So we have hired someone to help us.
One of our favorite YouTubers,
They
Portuguese.
helped us. I don't even know like a word to say, but like it's been very helpful, hasn't it?
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
Just making sure that, there's a lot of people getting scammed and stuff. So it's important, worth the money just to pay someone to go out. It's also nice to get a nice review. So we got a review of we got a review of 2 of them.
No, all 3.
We got a video review of all 3. One of them we weren't allowed. The people were like didn't want us putting anything on YouTube, or
they didn't even want us
looking at the house, which is really weird.
Yeah.
But 2 of them are on our channel if you want to go and check those out. Portuguese have done a great job.
But also a peace of mind, like even if we was to find a rental and just chat back and forth with the realtors and stuff there, just having the peace of mind of actually knowing someone has been there. The house is as it's listed, like someone's gone around and done a check, especially like if it was just myself and Brett, we would just be able to just go there, and if it wasn't great, we'd just have to find somewhere else. But with the kids, like I just don't want that stress. I want there to be peace of mind that the house is what it is.
We have paid Portuguese to go out to 3 different places. I don't know if we want to share that, do we? Exactly how much it was, just in case his rate changes. Don't want to lock him into a rate because he was very, very reasonable. We're so grateful. Probably should have charged us more than he did, so we won't share about that. It was a few hundred.
I can't see I ain't got my glasses on.
Oh, good evening. Nice. We are flying into Porto here on the 27th of August. We are very excited to see Porto, and we have rented a house about an hour and 30 minutes from Porto. But yeah, definitely pay someone a few $100s, pay them to go out, check the house, because you don't want to get into a situation where, it doesn't exist, or we've heard, from lawyers that, people rent a house and it's been rented by like 2,000 different people. And,
just for their visa purpose.
Yeah. So pay someone to go out. There's lots of YouTubers that will do that. We'll definitely be like, we love looking around houses. So that's something that we'll do when we're there. If you're looking to that central Portugal area, that's something we'll be doing for people as well. Just because we like being nosy and looking around people's houses. Why not get paid a few bucks to do it as well? And you're helping people. Like we like helping people. Let us know in the comments which of these expenses surprised you the most, guys, out of this 30,000, like 29,000 Canadian so far. I don't know how much I thought it was going to be. How much did you think it was going to be? Like a few grand?
Obviously, I knew
like 3,000 or 4,000.
I knew we would have to spend money, obviously, for Anchorless, like for their help. Like I knew we'd have to spend money.
I thought that would be the biggest expense.
Yes.
The $2,000. Rental deposit. So with the situation we've been in, guys, you have to pay for a rental before you even land. So we've paid 2 months rent already, and we'll be paying rent from July 1st, even though we don't make it till August 27th. And this is just something you have to do if you're expecting a landlord to hold a rental for months and months until you get there after your thing, then you might get lucky. We did have one that would do that for us, but it just didn't work out. But it was
only because the people that were currently there were moving out when we said we're coming.
Yeah.
Like there was literally, it was just by luck that they was moving out as we said we was coming.
Yeah. So be prepared to pay for month's rent when you're not there. We've already paid.
And we are more than happy to do this for the accommodation that we're going to stay in, because honestly, it's like a perfect fit for us and our family.
Lovely town, everything we need. And we're just really excited. Perfect house for us. But we had to pay 2 months rent. So we had to pay first and last, which is fair. I mean, a lot of people want 6 months, 4 months, 6 months. This guy wanted 2 months, so we're more than happy to pay that. But that was 3,749 Canadian, which is
2,737 USD, 2,399 euros, and 2,024 Great British pounds.
Yeah. The other thing you need is travel insurance. So you have to provide, is it 4 months travel insurance you need?
We've done it for 4 months. You have to have 4 months minimum.
Yeah. But we have private healthcare here. Is this just for 1 month? Or is this for 4 months? That
is for the 4 months.
Okay. So we will actually save a bit of money on this because we have 3 months. We have private healthcare here, which covers 90 days in another country. And then we're doing an extra month. So you need 4 months. If you were going to go for 4 months, it would cost 900 Canadian.
Which is 657 USD, 576 euros, 486 Great British
pounds. And is that like a per person? Is it a family rate? Or
that is a family rate combined for the 7 of us.
Yeah, so that's a family rate. Family 7. You probably expect to pay a little bit less than that. I don't know if anyone said families of 7.
The woman that I spoke to, she said that she couldn't believe that rate for us as a family of 7. So I think that's a really good. She
Perfect.
said.
And because we have 3 months with our existing private health cover, we only have to pay for a month. So it will be less than that for us, but that's, worst case scenario for you. Now, what we wish we knew. Here's some stuff. Right? You're done with that, I think. Yeah, that should total that amount. I don't know if you guys have been adding that up, but we will provide the stuff in the description, and we will do a video specifically, not a live. We just wanted to do a live to give everyone one of our live updates, but we will do a video specifically on how much it costs to move when we've done everything. We'll do a better video. But what we wish we knew. Bullet start early. It takes months to gather paperwork. Don't wait. We've been doing it 3 months. We decided we're moving to Portugal like 3 or 4 months ago.
As soon as you said let's move to Portugal, and we decided as a family we was going to move to Portugal, we kind of started the paperwork straight away. Yeah. So
you want to be?
I can't read from here.
We'll be starting a plumbing company when you move here. No, I will not be starting a plumbing company. That is the last thing I want to do. I have a plumbing company here, which I'll be running from there. So as far as plumbing, my body is not, my knees are done, my back's done from 20 years of plumbing. And at the minute, I've been running the business for 2 or 3 years. Not doing the plumbing, although I did do some plumbing the other day, actually. So I do a little bit here and there, and I probably will. Like, if you're a plumber, you're always going to make friends easily and always going to get those. Hey, can you come and fix
needs
this?
A plumber, so.
Everyone needs a plumber. So I'm sure I will be doing some plumbing, but I don't intend to have a business plumbing in Portugal. Never say never. I can't see it myself. I have enough running the business here and doing the other stuff I do. I'm looking forward to spending a bit more time being creative and making videos and stuff like that. But I'll still be, spending hours and hours a day running the company here. So nothing will change as far as my job. I'll just be doing it from somewhere else. Like I work from my office
remotely.
Work remotely anyway. So yeah, as far as that, Bruman, I'm not intending on doing any plumbing in Portugal. Although I'm sure I will end up doing a lot. It's easy to make friends when you're a plumber. Yeah, so start early. It takes months to gather paperwork. Budget more than you think. Things always change. I honestly went into this thinking, $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah.
Plus flights.
We didn't expect it to be this.
About 30,000. But I think it's going to be worth it, and you could definitely do it a bit cheaper. Maybe if you didn't
by doing what?
Like if you done it yourself, I think you might run into some issues. If you do. I know I've watched videos of people that have done it themselves and come up against some issues. So we just wanted to avoid that. Although we did look for the cheapest option. We didn't want to spend. If we'd have spent 10 grand on an immigration lawyer, it would have been 40,000.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, but I think we always try and keep the cost down. We do have to go to Vancouver. That's a big expense. And we're a family of 7, so flights.
Right? There's no way that we could have avoided that.
Made
that any cheaper. Like I've tried to find the cheapest way.
Yeah, we are very frugal. Like we obviously don't want to waste money. That's just what it costs. But I didn't think it would cost that much at all. But that's we're happy to pay that to get to Portugal for sure. Howdy, King Street. Hey Daniel, how's it going? Make checklists so you don't send the wrong docs like we did. Now, if you're using Anchorless, link in the description. Highly recommend them. Go and have a free consultation with them. They provide a checklist of everything you need, all of the paperwork you need. But Amy's super organized. She has a folder where she has all the different things she needs in that folder. She has a little strategy. Hey, how's it going? How do I pronounce that? Kikiompis? I don't know. Hey. And make checklists, use help. We wouldn't have survived without Anchorless. Do you want to cover some?
Yeah. Look for landlord flexibility. Not every property allows remote application. What does that mean?
For remote applications, I think with finding a rental, like we really struggled. We're lucky that we found the place, but we messaged like 30 or 40 different people. Getting in, we had like 3 or 4 messages back. Start looking for rentals as soon as you decide you want to move to Portugal. Like, don't leave it.
I would, yeah.
Start messaging.
As upsetting that it might be that you have to pay for accommodation without physically being there, the sooner that you get the rental in place, like the sooner that you have a property ready for you. Like if you have a timeline of like, you're going to be there in 6 months and you're able to find somewhere that can wait for 6 months, or someone's going to leave their property in 6 months and that all lines up for you, that's great. But I honestly would start looking when you start the process, right, Brett?
Yeah, start looking, because
that was a big stress. Like time was getting really close, like our appointment's coming up next week and we was cutting really close, like, because not only do you have to have a rental in place, but then you have to have all the correct documents from the landlord, like your rental agreement, like it all has to be to board, like it has to be official. It can't just be some dodgy fella renting out his, I don't know, whatever. It has to be a legit rental and a rental agreement for it to verify.
Yeah, just start early and message tons of people. Like you can always turn people down. Have you chosen a Portuguese football team yet? Apparently the area we're going to, they're big sporting fans. So we're Arsenal supporters. Our family are Arsenal supporters, but we will be we're a big football family. My son plays football all the time. So I guess or she does as well. Yeah, sorry.
We literally just watched her.
A 17-year-old daughter plays as well. But my 10-year-old is huge into football. So I believe we'll be sporting fans when we get out there. I know there's like a big rivalry between, is it Benfica and Sporting? So hopefully I picked the right one. But
we don't know yet. We'll see when we get there.
Probably
we don't know
Sporting.
Who we're going to support.
Probably Sporting. And enjoying the sunny British weather. That's awesome. I got some pictures from our family over in England today. They're having barbecues and stuff. So it's actually been really nice today, but it's been raining for a few days. And did they ask for a credit score? No.
No, that's not.
No credit score. We had to, the D8 visa, we had to, you have to earn a certain amount. So it's 4 times the minimum wage.
In Portugal.
Yeah, 4 times the minimum wage, which was like 3,500 euros or something.
I think it's 870 euros times 4.
Times 4. So 870 times 4, whatever that is. And then that's after tax as well. So you have to provide 3 months of bank statements. We're providing 6 just to be safe. And then you have to have a certain amount of savings to cover your family. So it's 100%
for you, for the applicant.
Yeah. And then 50% for Amy, and then 30% for each child. So for us, it's like 35,000 euros in a savings account that you can show them as well. And we spoke to like 10 different companies. They all said completely different stuff.
The best thing that we found is go to the embassy directly and ask what their requirement is.
Yeah.
Because if you get verification from the embassy where you'll be having your appointment, then you can refer back to that when you're at your appointment if they say anything.
But the truth is, we're still a little bit worried about that. Like we heard 10 different answers from 10 different people. No one could say this is the black and white, this is what it is, this is what you need. So just try and make sure you cover all of the bases. And then, we're still a little bit scared, but watch that video when we go to the embassy, because it's going to be...
I am nervous, even though I've followed every step.
Because we've sold our house. We've done everything. We've sold we've sold 90% of our stuff. We've done all of this stuff.
Even the room behind us looks better. Like them chest of drawers, they're not ours. Come pick them up, Jesse. Like everything is
they've
sold.
Been sold. Like everything's sold. Beds were sold, like everything. But yeah, so we're a little bit scared, but I think it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna pay off. It's all a part of the adventure.
Yeah.
What else is there? Again, Anchorless. Couldn't navigate through this without Anchorless. Huge help. You can still buy an RV and live in a big RV or a fifth wheel. Yeah, there's 7 of us though, mate. It's that'll be tough, eh?
You can still buy what? You can buy an RV
and live in a big RV or fifth wheel. Yeah, that would be crazy. There's 7 of us. We might have to buy 2.
You might just have to buy one for me and the children and just have something trailing behind for Brett.
Yeah, there you go. Any questions, guys? Shoot them in. Rent an RV for a while. Yeah, we've got a house. So, we're staying in central Portugal, and we're going to travel all over. Obviously, the Algarve is somewhere that we want to explore and look at.
Especially we've never visited in Portugal at all. I know this is absolutely insane that we're making this whole big life decision and we're moving across the world to go and live somewhere that we've never been before. But I did that 13 years ago when I came here. I'd never been to Canada before, and I just got rid of everything and we moved here together 13 years ago. And I was just going off of you saying it was great. You came on a family holiday when you was like 10.
Yeah.
So that was foolish to begin with.
But it's been good. Canada's a beautiful country. If you haven't been to Canada, highly recommend Holiday Canada. We're 3 or 4 hours from Banff, the mountains. Like, it's a beautiful place to be. And if you work hard, you can really build quite a nice life here. I feel like we want to adventure. We want to explore Portugal. We want to explore Europe. We want to be closer to Amy's family in England. And I can come back forward on my own, really. It's not that big a deal, is it?
Well, it is a good time.
Yukon. I haven't been to the Yukon, but I have a friend who's from the Yukon.
Canada is so big.
Yeah. I think England fits into Canada over 40 times. And there's twice as many people in England as there is in Canada. It's a wild stat, but and Portugal's pretty small as well. So I think
people from Canada rarely ever leave Canada either, do they?
No, well, you've got so much stuff here. Like even the States, we used to drive down to the States a lot. So you've got a lot of stuff here that you can do. And I feel like Europe's just a whole nother thing. We want to get there, and then it won't cost us as much. Like for us to fly back and forward to Europe, like $11,000 for us to fly to Portugal one way.
Yeah, that's one way.
Yeah. So there's no chance of us, like, unless we're freaking multi-millionaires.
Yeah, the Americans too. Like, not a lot of them ever leave America.
Yeah,
because they just travel around within America.
Yeah, but this is a way for us to get it out of our system, get all around Europe, cheap. Well, instead of us flying back and forward and us having to save up 5 years for a little trip to Europe, we'll just go there.
Different way of life as well.
Yeah,
like
slow down.
You're always feeling like you're having to work and do so much just to keep up with the lifestyle that we've created here too, right? So to just be able to slow down and
very expensive,
relax a little bit more will be good for you and take a lot of your stress away. Hey,
yeah, take my stress away. So from here, guys, Wednesday we've got 3 days and we are heading to
Vancouver.
Are we prepared for sunny and hot holidays? Yes, we are, sir.
Yeah,
we love 45. We love
one of the reasons
Vegas.
We're leaving the snow.
In Vegas, when it's 45, 50 degrees, we love that heat. So, yeah, we're very excited about that. We're excited about the beaches. We are ready for the heat, and we're also ready for the cold because we experience, minus 40, minus 50. It's actually colder than Mars. This sounds wild, but check it on Google. Where we are, Edmonton, is colder than Mars sometimes. So it's pretty freaking cold there. It gets to... And
the scary thing is that there's still homeless people.
Yeah.
Even in the
even
cold
in that,
of winter.
Yeah, it gets to minus 40, minus 50 with the wind chill where, you see the videos of people like chucking up hot cups of tea and it freezing before it hits the ground. That's like here. So we're used to freezing cold. We've had a lot of people saying, it gets cold in central Portugal. It's like, well,
we are from England originally, right? So
we used to that wet cold as well.
A different type of cold. Like we know it's very dry cold here, but we have experienced the damp cold too. So
yeah, but it's all part of the adventure. We are nuts for sure. But yeah, 3 or 4 days. We're heading off to Vancouver. We wanted to give everyone an update. It's been hard to do videos, and we'll be doing more. Like we're showing the journey. We'll be doing a lot more when we get to Portugal, obviously.
And like Brett said, we are going to bring you guys along for the journey, but it will be obviously more of a vlog style, like things we do there and stuff like that, and just the whole experience of traveling down and our feelings before the appointment,
13-hour
after the
road
appointment.
Trip. Hopefully we see some bears and stuff so we can show you those. We've seen loads of bears at the time we've been in Canada.
We've been very lucky to see bears because we've seen bears quite a few times.
Hi, I'm Australian living in Portugal. Peso de Uruguay. Sorry if I butchered that. CDOs. My parents are Portuguese. I'm so happy for you. Portugal is a wonderful country. Hope you come up north. Love from me too. Hey, Elizabeth. Thank you very much.
That's just an example of why we can't see why we would not love it in Portugal.
No.
Even though we've never been there, we cannot see why we would not love it when everyone that we've ever spoke to or ever heard from has always said positive, uplifting, good things about Portugal, have they? Not a single person has said anything bad.
Yeah, most of our audience is Portuguese, so probably 50-60%, and we've had like 2 bad comments.
Which said what?
In the last 4 months, like don't come here or something. And then usually when I'll interact with those people, they turn out being really nice as well. So it's like everyone is just so welcoming. We're very excited to just try and integrate into that culture. Everyone seems a lot more laid back, a lot less stressed from all the research we've done. It's just it's the change we're looking for. So not as stressed, a lot more chilled. We love food. Like I feel like we're just going to slide straight into that and just love it.
I'm so excited for cobbled streets as well.
Cobbled streets, yeah. We literally
just went and got like hiking stuff for everyone.
I got a straw hat.
Excited.
I'm ready. I got my Portugal hat. We've all got hiking boots.
The thing is as well, like we love hiking here, and like Canada is beautiful for hiking, but we're just so scared every time we go hiking because we're scared a bear is going to attack us.
There's bears, there's cougars.
English.
The first weekend we got to Canada, we went to Jasper, which is right in the famous like mountain resort, and we went to the hotel, dropped us to our hotel, put the TV on. The first thing we watched was a thing about an old couple that were walking through the woods and got attacked by a cougar. That was like the first thing. Yeah. So right from the get-go, we've always just been terrible. Like we'll go into a hiking trail and then we'll be like, oh, we'll turn around. There's no one here. So I'm looking forward to being able to walk around, and the worst thing to. Yeah.
And the funny thing is as well, like every time we go to the mountains and stuff, we wake up at like the crack of dawn, because like the best time to see the animals is like sunrise and sunset, right? So we always go out like at silly times to try and see the animals. But when we go out for a hike, we actually never really want to see the animals, even though we're going out to try and see.
I did what Bruman said. I did what you are doing now 2 years ago. Everything will work out perfect.
See?
Yeah,
everything's going to be good.
We're a little bit worried, but it's just.
I'm not worried about going to Portugal. I'm worried about the appointment,
the process,
the appointment,
being allowed to go.
Yeah, I'm just nervous at what they might say at the appointment.
What's the first thing in plan when you guys land? Try and figure out a car situation. We should probably figure that out before. We need like a bus or we've looked at renting from the airport. It's like 1,200 euros for a month to rent like a 9-seater van or something. We'll probably end up getting something like that anyway.
Especially like because when we first get there, we're going to have so much luggage. So I think even if we get 2 minivans or whatever and just like drive both of them and have all the luggage and everything in.
Yeah, lol, no bears or dangerous animals here. We used to love walking around in England in the forest and Thetford Forest and stuff, didn't we? We used to love going for walks, but here it's like, there's nice hikes in the city and stuff, but there's like coyotes and stuff like out running around the streets and that. And
we literally went for a hike the other day and there was a homeless person in a bush, so we were scared of that as well.
Yeah.
That was quite scary.
You got to watch out for coyotes, bears, cougars, and homeless people in bushes.
Well, it's because we was trying to walk in the city. It's like downtown by the river valley, but it was like in the city. So
there are wild pigs. Yeah, we know about the wild pigs. But I'd rather a wild pig than a bear or a cougar. Portugal is slow. That's exactly what we're looking for. I don't know how we're going to handle it because we're used to go, but
I'm excited.
I'm excited for slow. Do you have a lawyer in Portugal?
With Anchorless, we have a lawyer.
Yeah, we have tax lawyer. With Anchorless, you get a tax lawyer, you get an immigration lawyer. We also have a lawyer. Our lawyer here is part of an internet. Like they've got lawyers all over the place. So if we need one specifically in Portugal, he can set us up with that. So, but yeah, as far as all of the stuff we've needed a lawyer for, Anchorless has been able to help us with that. Yeah, exactly. And that's the same as bears. Like bears aren't going to attack you. There is the odd one here and there, but usually.
I think the scariest thing is a cougar, right? Because they stalk you. It's a cat.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes someone.
Yeah, and even
oh,
princess, and even cougars, like they're not, they're out. They're not looking for humans. But there are videos that circulate on social media that just make you terrified of, being chased by bears and stuff. The little princess. Okay, guys, we're at 47 minutes. I hope that's sort of gone over and shared. Like I say, we will put a video together which covers all of our expenses, which will be a bit more, maybe a 10, 15-minute video. It just goes over everything for people who are interested in the move. We don't want to put anyone off, but it does get, you've got all those added expenses that add up and then it turns into quite a beast. But I mean, what we've been doing is selling stuff as well. So I don't think it's actually come, like we haven't actually had any out of pocket, have we?
I think selling everything that we own has definitely helped, obviously.
No, that's another expense. We do have to send, like we have boxes of stuff that we want to send. We haven't decided 100% yet, but that's probably going to be $10,000, $11,000, $12,000 to send our stuff over. So we have sold a lot of stuff, which has sort of, as we've been going through these expenses, we've been selling stuff and just using that money to pay for it. So it hasn't really cost us much out of pocket, but it's cost us a lot more than we expected,
For sure.
She's very cute, Elizabeth. Yes. Don't worry about Portugal as a safe country. Yeah, as far as like the on the peace index there, it's safer than Canada apparently. So I don't know what they base that on, but that was one of the things when I first woke up 3 or 4 months ago. If you haven't watched our first video on our channel, go and check that out. But it's how we sort of come up with the idea. It's exactly how it happened. I woke up one day and just decided, I had a midlife crisis, and where can we go that's safe, cheap to live, and doesn't have crypto tax? Was there anything else? No, that was it. And it said
weather.
And better weather. It was nice weather, and it was Portugal, Costa Rica, and Spain. Spain, we just discounted
Well,
straight
with
away.
Spain, you have to surrender all your other citizenships, right?
Yeah. Portugal, we can have an English passport, a Canadian passport, and a Portuguese or European passport. Schengen passport. Costa Rica is too far away from England. We wanted to be closer to England and Europe, so Portugal was the option that we went with, and we decided right away, and we've just been moving step by step towards that ever since. Yeah, I 100% agree, Daniel, but my wife doesn't, so that's why we're spending the money to send it over.
So if you totally agree with Daniel, why have you put stuff in boxes then, Brett? You was in the
because I figure if we're sending boxes of stuff, I'm going to send a few boxes of stuff. Like I'm more than happy just to sell everything. I think selling everything is a much more sensible thing to do. But we're moving our kids from one side. Although they're excited, one of the things they want is their stuff. So Portugal are the best, yeah, for sure.
It is a big move for them.
It's a big move.
So if we can make it a little bit more easier and comfortable by bringing their stuff, whatever stuff it is, they need,
sure.
Let's just bring it.
$10,000. They're happy.
We literally just bought loads of Christmas decorations literally before, the month before Brett had this crazy idea to move us across the world. Yeah,
last couple of years we've been buying Christmas village stuff.
You just bought it all in December.
I bought loads. I just bought my dream is to have a movie room. So I bought an 85 inch. I've been asking Amy for years. No.
No, you're not.
I finally get it, and 2 months later we decided to move to Portugal, so I had to sell it. Luckily, we sold it for what we bought it for, and we've been really good. We've actually sold a lot of stuff for what we paid for it, so we're not that much.
But it is a big stress.
We're bringing Christmas decor. We are. I told you we're crazy. We're not bringing all Christmas decor. We're bringing our. I got into the Christmas village, a little China Christmas village, little trains and stuff. So. We got rid of all the boxes, we packed it all up, and we wedged it into a box. So it's only going to cost us I don't know, $500 to send it. But we spent a couple of grand, didn't we? The stuff. So I don't want to get rid of it. But yeah, we are a bit crazy sending Christmas stuff. But it's we drove in the middle of winter, 2 feet of snow, driving out in the middle of nowhere, meeting old grannies to buy all this Christmas village stuff. We got right into it. So yeah. You'll see that on a video. We'll do that on a video one time, but not just regular Christmas.
We probably won't have it for this Christmas anyway.
No,
because I doubt it will be there by December. But
no. But we have looked at Linda, who is one of our followers and sends me loads of stuff. Thank you very much, Linda. I really appreciate you. She's been sending me festivals to go at Christmas. So Coimbra has an amazing Christmas festival. We're landing in Porto. Yes, we are. And Santa and Rudolph. Yeah, we love Christmas. Christmas is a thing we love to celebrate.
We have
especially
kids,
in my older years. I'm getting more into it. Hello to Portugal. Hey, Carlos. Here, Christmas is wonderful. Yeah, we can't wait. Christmas is nice here. There's always lots of snow here. I've seen a lot of Christmas pictures in Portugal where there's not much snow, so it's going to be a bit unusual. But there wasn't in England, really, was there? There'd be a frost, but there wasn't snow in England, really.
As magical as it does feel on Christmas Day when it's snowing, I won't be sad that it won't snow on Christmas Day.
George.
I've had my fill.
Hi from Portugal. Hi, George. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing names here. Learning Portuguese is something we are trying to do as well. We do need to put a lot more time.
And we just purchased that as well. So that's another thing that we haven't added.
We didn't add that. We just paid for, what was her name?
Anita.
Mm-hmm. What was the course called, though? Mm-hmm. It was a YouTuber called Dave in Portugal, which I'm sure anyone who watches Portugal YouTube content is familiar with him, American. He recommended this Portuguese course. So we're doing that. We're using Spotify. So we are trying to learn. It's a hard language to learn for.
It just says Portuguese with Anita is what her thing
Portuguese with Anita. So we're starting that. And then in our local town or village we're moving to, according to the landlord, there's classes at the local school for adults. So
to learn Portuguese.
We will be doing that as well because we definitely want to learn the language. In the central and north of Portugal, there might be snow, but probably not. There will be mainly at the Serra da Estrela mountain. So we're in Coja. So we're told there's snow there for a couple of days, but it doesn't really settle too much. Portugal is beautiful, Carlos. We are aware for sure. Listen, Portuguese music helps a lot. Yeah, I've been listening to Sam the Kid. I don't know. It's very easy to learn Portuguese from Sam the Kid, but I like hip hop, so I've been listening to some Portuguese rappers.
I can't say that hearing Portuguese music is actually.
I think no, but as we learn more Portuguese, we're going to learn odd words. Do they mean
listen to music that you know in your native language?
No, just Portuguese music.
Listen to it translated in that language?
No.
They just mean listen to Portuguese music.
Yeah, but as we learn more words, it's because they speak so quickly, so it's harder to pick it up. As we learn, it will slow down, won't it?
Why they talk so fast when everything else is so slow?
Just because we're slow, it doesn't mean they shouldn't be able to talk fast. I'm going to try and translate this. I'm going to get some of them glasses that translate the words as people say them, though. Just listen to Portuguese music once you start learning the language. Yeah, we will for sure. I've already started, but I don't really understand it. Anyway, guys, we really appreciate you jumping on and sharing. Look up the lyrics. Yeah, there's a website that I was looking at where you could watch Portuguese music videos and it would show you the.
I've also heard watching movies with just like watching the film speaking in English, but the subtitles in a different language, or listening to it and having the subtitles in your language.
There is that. Okay, they're giving us people to listen to. Okay, I will note them down. I think probably pop music is a lot better to listen to because it's a bit slower, maybe.
Maybe.
Rap music and hip hop is probably not the best thing to listen to, but yes, but Portuguese music is a lot more than only fado.
What's that mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna write that down. We will do some research, guys. We're going to jump off because our kids want to go hiking. We just got our Portuguese hiking shoes.
They're not your Portuguese hiking shoes.
Oh, no, these are my River Beach. Just got some River Beach shoes.
That's what the kids got in for Father's Day.
For Father's Day, the kids bought me shoes to wear at the river beaches. We're very excited.
Tell them why, because you're making it sound a bit weird.
Why?
The reason why is because when we went to Mexico and you had some for the ex-Korean and stuff, you was like, these are the best shoes ever.
Yeah, they are.
I want them.
And you can buy them
and you said
Amazon,
you want them for
and they're
everything.
Like super flexible. They're waterproof.
Hi again. What do you want? What?
And this is Levi. Levi's going to be playing for Sporting one day. Levi's our little soccer superstar. He's very excited because the football in Portugal is obviously a lot more serious than it is in Canada here. And his nephew is...
Our nephew, his cousin.
Oh, sorry. His cousin, our nephew, is big into football. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, really appreciate you sticking around. We're going to get going.
Sorry, guys.
We're going to wrap this up. 58. We're going to last 2 more minutes. They say make a live last an hour, and you'll get out further. So let's do that. If you haven't subscribed, guys, if you haven't liked, throw a like up there. Subscribe, share, do all of those things.
It says now there. I can't read.
Fado is a traditional form of Portuguese. Well, wear your glasses next time we're on the live.
I can't wear my glasses because when we're on there, you said the light reflects off my glasses. You said you can't.
Fado.
It's being mean to me saying I can't wear my glasses.
Is a traditional form of Portuguese music. Yeah, I've heard a lot of like traditional Portuguese music when we've been watching, different festivals and stuff. So It's going to be fun. I'm going to be walking around sipping in my straw hat, sipping my super box.
With his water shoes on.
Eating my pastel de nata. Fado.
Sorry, we was just whispering. Levi
Fado
the other day
is a traditional form
got
of
a new
music.
little...
Is that right? Fado?
Oh my gosh,
I'm talking to the people. Go on, go.
I'm telling them why we was just whispering, why Levi came in the room.
Perfect. Fado. Can you do it perfect?
Probably not.
Go on. Try.
I can say absolutamente. Fantastico.
Absolutamente.
Oh, I said that wrong then. Did you say absolutamente?
Yeah.
I said absolutamente.
Absolutamente fantastico aqui.
Yeah, I said it wrong. Anyway.
Perfetto. Perfetto. I said perfetto.
Okay. I'll just shut up.
Absolutamente perfetto. See, we are learning. We are learning. Have a wonderful day. Lots of love. God bless you and your family. Carol Elizabeth, thank you very much. We are going to we're going to jump off now because we're just waffling on. But thanks for sticking around. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we will do an update. Our next video is going to be we're going to do some reaction videos on some
free courses.
Portuguese
Yeah,
stuff.
There's lots of free stuff on YouTube and everything. But our kids, especially our youngest of our oldest daughters, she wanted an actual lesson step by step, and we did try to get a tutor, but our experience with the tutor that we had was not very good, was it, Brett?
No, we paid a tutor and she was terrible. She was like, "What do you want to learn?" We're like, "Well, we don't know. We know nothing. You just teach us."
But anyway, our experience with a tutor was not great, so we thought the best way for our daughters, specifically because they want to do step by step to learn and stuff. So, and we need to learn it too anyway. So.
We're going to learn it quickly when we get there because we're going to be surrounded by it. So, no, you have a free course now this moment.
Oh.
Yeah, this is great. We'll come do this again. But anyway, guys, really appreciate you being on. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day, and
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Happy Father's Day, and the next video you see will be our visa, our embassy experience. So keep your fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. Say a little prayer for us, and
very exciting, but also very nervous.
Hopefully, next time we see you, we'll have a Portuguese visa ready for our flights.
We don't get it when we go there.
No, but we'll be. What?
How are we going to have it on the next video? You just said on the next video we'll have our visa. How?
Anyway, guys, have a good day. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Obrigado.
Obrigada.
See ya.
Bye. Ciao.